topics that we deal with mortgage financing, refinancing your home, coming up for renewal, debt consolidation, mortgage rule changes. So any questions you have, we're certainly here to assist you with your needs.
There's been a lot of confusion, and there's been a lot of recent changes as well on the mortgage rules, and that's affecting everything, affecting the economy. What is your opinion on these changes, and what is it doing to folks who are looking to get a mortgage?
It is definitely a hot topic, especially at the beginning of this year as well too. We had mortgage rule changes happen last year at the beginning of January in 2018. The government implemented the B20 rule, which was a stress test to help consumers when they're purchasing homes to make sure that they can afford home ownership with rising interest rates. The issue that's arisen with that stress test rate is we've already started last year having interest rates increase. So with a stress test rate, it is really hindering people's affordability. We're seeing over the last 12 months about a 25% impact on people's affordability, not being able to afford home ownership. And so definitely it's a topic for Mortgage Professionals of Canada, which is an association that encompasses the lenders, insurers, homeowners as well too. We're looking at the real estate board that's concerned as well too. Obviously, it's impacting people's affordability to be able to purchase. And so that's why we're seeing an overall decrease in home ownership right across Canada. Our area is very hot for purchasing because it's still affordable. So with this stress test that came into implementation last year, right now, it is a topic of conversation that we're getting the associations to go to the government and say, you know what, can you relook at this? Is there a way that you can look at alleviating the stress test rate, maybe decreasing the qualification rate by 1% so that it's more affordable for homeowners to be able to afford their mortgages, to be able to purchase, to be able to upgrade. We're also looking at advocating for increasing amortizations back to 30-year amortizations with people less than 20% down payment because values have risen and it's very hard for people to afford that home. So this has been a topic of conversation. If a lot of people have been reading in the news lately, especially over the last week, there's been a lot of information by the media that these associations are putting a lot of pressure on the government. We've got an election coming up next year as well too, and I think this is why the housing market's coming into the forefront because it's one of the major economic drivers of the Canadian market. So we'll probably see some more coverage, which will be great for us next time when we're in as well too, to see, you know, the impact and conversation that the government has on that as well.
Having some kind of stress test in place, though, is probably important. But in your opinion, is it too stringent right now?
Totally agree with you. There definitely has to be a stress test rate in there to make sure that people can afford their home. You know, buying a house isn't just a mortgage payment. There's property taxes, there's heat and hydro, there's phone bills, groceries, which don't even take in consideration when you're qualifying a client. But those are the realities of where people's finances go. And you have to truly have a good picture for our clients to make sure they can afford and understand what expenses come with a home ownership. So I do believe in the stress test rate. I do, however, feel that the government implemented it without having conversations with a lot of the associations that deal with home ownership on a daily basis. So now that we've had interest rates rise over 1% over the last 12 months, it's definitely a conversation to be had with the government saying, look, now I think we should look at easing off on this, especially with values increasing as much as they have. So I do think we're going to see a lot of conversation with this topic over the next probably 30 to 60 days as well.
And that's a wrap. Questions they have or any other topics that you'd like us to address, by all means, let us know.
Tracy Valco, broker and owner of the Valco team, online at tracyvalco.ca or call them at 519-745-8019.